Hello and welcome to another video on this channel. So now here I'm in front of you to analyze my certified copy of advanced accounting paper. Uh, so this is a practical paper. So here I would say that your presentation does. I got 95 1 marks in this paper. So here the presentation as such does not matter too much, as I will show you. So this was the sixth question. It was about theory only, and I wrote all the points. Now, interesting point here was that this mark question was of marks, but in the ICA module, this theory question was given in advanced accounting LLP chapter. So there were 6 points. So I wrote all 6 points. Only then I got 5 marks. It's not that you just have to write 5 points for 5 marks. Whatever was required in the ICA module I wrote, and it is not as if in theory you won't get marks. Um in practical papers, theory checking is a bit lenient, which you can see that I got full marks here. And again, I'll show you here. This was the B part. This was not exactly theory. This was a practical question, but I had to write this the provision, which is there obviously in the answer that is given in ICA module also. This question is there. So I wrote this. So I got marks for this also, 2 marks, and this calculation also. So you can see here. mm, Then the D part, again, this was also a ICI question. So here I have, out of 5 marks, I have got only 4 marks. This was right. This was also right. Uh, there was one thing lacking in this answer, that I did not write the ratio between preference and equity. Like it was 2:3 ratio. The ratio of their paid up share capital, I did not calculate it here. So that is why 1 mark was cut. Coming to this answer, this was about case. This was about AS29 only. I had written the entire theory of the AS that was relevant. Let's see if it was right. Yeah, so this question was of 5 marks. My first part is right. Entire I get 3 marks. But the second part, uh, I actually did not know. So whatever from common sense, what I could write, I wrote. So I have not got any marks here. So checking is very objective. If you write the correct answer, you get marks. Otherwise, you do not. This was the fifth question. This was about the first part, is of compensation expense, uh, employee compensation expense in ESOP chapter. You can see that many students do not write this well. Like they don't follow this format. Like the important is not that you follow this format. The thing is that the examiner has given marks for this compensation for year. So whichever way you do it, the final this thing should come, and you have got marks also here. I'll show you below. Then these are the normal journal entries which you are required to make. But there is a breakup of 4.5 marks and 5.5 marks in this question. That means first you can see that the majority of answer 5.5 or 4.5 marks was for the working note, and 5.5 marks only for the journal entry. So a substantial portion was for the working note here, the calculation of employee, and then there's 5 marks for the straightaway question of tier 1 and tier 2 capital. Just follow the format that is there in ICI and you get the marks. It's very easy pickings, I would say. Straightaway scoring chapter. The same thing here, I have made the entire table as it is there in the ICI, and I got marks for that. The same here, nothing much to tell. Here the examiner has just seen this figure and given the marks. 7.97. And moving to the next question, this second question, this was of holding company chapter. Now here, if I have the suggested answer also here of the second question. The second question was of 15 marks, and as I will show you, I did not do it correctly, as is evident from this working note itself. Like the working note I was calculating here, my my I would say the capital profits were 5,34,000 uh, in the suggested answer. Let's see what was there in my, what did I calculate here. It is 5,54,000. You can see that 5,34,000 and 5,54,000, there is an error that is there. because I think I forgot to write off the preliminary expense. They have subtracted 20,000 here. So because of this one error, there will be cascading errors due to this error only. So you will assume that from the starting only I have done an error, so I will get 0 out of 15. But it is not so. You see that examiner has given marks, and I will show you how much in total how much marks the examiner gave. So this was the balance sheet. So because my capital profits were wrong, my reserves and surplus will be wrong. Others things might be correct, and minority interest will also be wrong. You can you cross check this with you. You see the balance sheet here. It's 13 lakh 7,000, and minority interest to 2 lakh 96. Obviously, the balance sheet will match because it has two effects. That is not the case, but you can see that this answer is wrong here. Yeah, so but let me show you the marks that I got here. And this also I wrote, this is generally written that maybe this also had some marks. But the examiner has ticked onto uh, all the line items here, because you know that others will be correct only because they are simply copied from the holding in the holding company question. You know that major items are copied. This reserve and surplus and minority interest only have to be calculated, so others will automatically be right. And then I made the notes of accounts, and since the line items are correct, some are simply copied, these will be also correct apart from this reserve and surplus. So these are the points. You see trade payables, uh, some people say that do not make the notes to accounts for these questions because these are very straightforward, but I have written this. Even though some points do not require any calculation, I have made notes on accounts for every point that was there. So hence I got the marks here, you can see, because all these things will be right. So in total I got 10.5 marks out of 15 marks, in spite of the fact that at the first few steps only I had made an error. And then so this was 10.5 marks, and this was entirely correct. This was again NBFC question, a very straight, the same format that was there in ICI follow. Again, this was net owned fund, typical question that you might find in your ICI module. I got 5 marks here. So yeah, now this was the question of uh, this was a partnership, and I got it correct, entirely correct. So there are marks for these steps like calculation of profit. Working note has substantial mark. Partners capital has just 3 marks. You can see that. Then the balance sheet has 2.5. You can see this, that I have drawn lines just by hand. I didn't use even the scale. So even though it is not good formatted, I have got full marks in this entire partnership question. So you can see that how I have drawn the lines. It does not seem neat also. And then we go to, so I got here the marks, 17 marks, 15 marks I got here in the first part. That was of 15 marks only. So entirely I got so this was the first question, AS question. Most people ask how to attempt this question. So you can see here, since this was a contract costing, the contract related AS 7. So here I have not written anything theoretical about the AS because it was directly a numerical one. So I have got full marks here. But maybe I would say as a precautionary thing, if you want, you can all. It is desirable you write starting AS 7, which AS was there, what was the heading, and maybe one or two lines. It would be to be safe, because maybe in this question 1 mark might have been for that theory. Again, this 1B, here I have not got full marks because there was maybe some, I have first of all not written very prominently in the starting the AS 29 I have written here but not there. Numerical part is entirely okay, but maybe I'll show you the marks here. The examiner didn't give full, he gave 3.5 out of 5 marks. So somewhere theory he was expecting. 1D, this is AS 22. I have not written anything theory and I have got full marks. So because this was a numerical one, so it's very difficult to decide where to write theory and where to not. Uh, at least some things like the heading, the number of AS and name of the AS you should write as a precautionary step. One sees segment reporting. You can see that segment reporting entire theory I have written, and this is very crucial for every question of segment reporting if it is about determining whether it is reportable or not. and there is answer for the conclusion also. Like in the conclusion I have written, so in the conclusion also I have written which of the segments are reportable and which are. So in the conclusion, I can show you the analysis of the sheet. Uh, this is the marks that I got. Only in certain things that marks were deducted, which I told you, holding company, and there's some 1 or 2 marks. So you can see that this paper is very scoring, and you need not follow the format everywhere. But working notes, yes, you have to make. And if you answer your question as per ICI, then it is good to go. I hope you like this video. Please share it with your friends and also subscribe to the video if you have not. And please comment down below to suggest me the topics for my future videos. Thank you.